Hello, and welcome back. Today I have a very special story to share. This is the tale Sun Serpent. You wouldn't think a moose would last long in the desert. That's what I thought too, until the sand called my name. I'm Michael Moose. Grumpy? Sure. Proud? Absolutely. But I care more than I show, and that's probably why I ended up leading my friends into the great Amber Wastesa Desert so dry even the wind complains. It started one scorching morning when Clack, the magpie, crash-landed on my antlers, panting hard. "Trouble," he croaked. "Desert trouble." I sighed. "You flew all this way for sand?" "Not sand. Sun magic. The northern winds are weakening. I traced it to the wastes." Willow the hare blinked at the sunlight. "We can't just leave the tundra. It needs us." "That's why," Clack said. "If we don't fix this, winter might not come no here, not anywhere." Rolo, the quiet wolverine, grunted and headed south. We all knew we had to go. The desert didn't like me, and I didn't like it. My hooves sank into the sand. My fur baked. Every step made me want to turn back. But we kept going, trusting Clack's instincts and old maps on his feathers. We passed sun-bleached bones, tall cacti, and sideways blinking lizards. The heat shimmered like a trick, and even Willow grew tired. Days melted together, broken only by small, whimsical breeze in a canyon, a drop of water under cracked stone. One day, we found the Valley of Lost Names. Ancient stone pillars stuck from dunes, each carved with a forgotten word. Clack said, "Magic remembers names. Maybe it remembers what's lost." We camped beneath a broken arch. At night, whispers rode the wind-me mother's call. Fern's laughter before she changed. The silence of the tundra. It was haunting and beautiful. It reminded me why we had to keep going. We found a dying oasis. The water cracked, palms drooped like they gave up. "This used to be sacred," Clack said. "Sun magic protected it." Rolo sniffed. "Something's wrong underground." We stayed under the broken palms. Night brought a sharp chill. Desert heat by day, cold by night. I stared into the dark, wondering if we'd gone too far. That's when they appeared. Burning coal eyes, copper scales, serpent folk coiled in dunes watching us. One stepped forward. "You trespass in the Sun Serpent's land." I said, "We're here to stop the drain." The serpent hissed, then faced the trial of flame. Beneath the sands, in a sunken temple, we faced tests. Willow dodged flame traps and shifting walls, her quick feet barely touching the floor. Clack worked out an ancient language scratched in obsidian, muttering about lost vowels just before the smoke filled the chamber. Rolo fought a lava lizard twice his size, coming out with burns and a grin, dragging the stunned beast's tail. I faced the echo of the Sun Serpent, a fiery beast, mimicking my every move, burning with my anger. I had to learn stillness and calm. When I stopped moving, it vanished like smoke. The serpent folk bowed. "You may seek the sun chamber, but beware she awaits." Deeper into the desert, past glass dunes, whispering to the wind and dry, twisting riverbeds, Amra led us to the maw of Thirsta Canyon, filled with illusions. "The trial of reflection," she said. "It shows your deepest fears." There was no way around it. We entered the shadows. The heat left. A cold chill crept in. The light bent oddly. Soon, we were alone. I saw myself, older, worn, alone in a dead tundra. My antlers cracked. My voice echoed emptily. "You failed," the canyon whispered. "You chose pride over love." But then I remembered Willow's laughter, Clack's squawks, Rolo's strength. I remembered Fern's words, "Winter matters." "No," I growled. "I fight for them, not pride." The vision shattered. At the canyon's end, the others waited, each changed by their own fears. We didn't speak about it. We kept going. closer than before. Along the way, we saved Amra, a tortoise trapped under sand. She knew the desert's old stories and led us to the singing cavern's dreadstone tunnels where crystals caught sunlight and made the air hum. Clack found carvings proving the soul core wasn't just power, it was tied to the seasons. As we emerged, the sky darkened. A flock of ash-winged smoke-tailed birds circling above, Simon's spies. We dashed through sunlit canyons, dodging falling rocks and shadow fire arrows. Rolo charged, smashing barriers. Willow leapt. I carried Clack, shouting directions. The ambush shook us, but we pressed on. At the heart of the wastes stood the Sun Chamber, golden ruins half buried in sand. Towers glowed with ancient power, columns spiraled with flame carvings. Inside coiled the Sun Serpent, eyes like twin suns, scales like stained glass. Heat rolled off her like living fire. "Why come?" she hissed. "The balance breaks, winter fades. If unchecked, all seasons collapse. The soul core was stolen, taken by one who says winter is weak." "Simon?" I growled. Fern, my sister, stepped out beside the serpent. "He said the sun is stronger, that winter is weakness." My heart fell. "Simon, you still chase power?" Her gaze faltered. I wanted to understand, but he twisted it. The sun serpent hissed. "Without the soul core, I can't keep balance. If returned corrupted, fire will burn all." Clack flapped nearby. "Then we get it back, together." Simon had fled to the cradle of Mirarsa Canyon of burning light, reflecting the sun in blinding directions. Heat warped the air, illusions danced. We crept in. Each step echoed as if the desert held its breath. Simon stood, crowned in flame, the soul core twisted in his claws, leaking golden light. Sunfire sparked from his pincers. "You again," he sneered. "The sun is power, heat is life. I'm more than a scorpion." "You're a threat," I said. "Balance matters." "Balance is for the weak." He blasted us with solar fire. Rocks melted. We scattered. Willow reflected sunlight into his eyes. He faltered. Clack dropped ash, shouting insults. Rolo tackled Simon's legs. I charged for the soul core, but Simon fled, tossing us back. Then Fern stepped before him. "No more. You'd betray me? You betrayed everything." She shielded me, glowing with heat. Simon blasted her. She screamed but didn't fall. She held back the light. I struck. The soul core flew from his claws and rolled into the sand. Simon collapsed, his power draining. Fern collapsed too. "I need beside here." "Why?" "Because you were right," she whispered. "Winter matters. So do you." We carried her back to the Sun Chamber. The serpent wept golden tears and took the soul core. Warmth returned, soft and steady. Balance was restored. We stayed a while longer. The serpent folk fed and shaded us. The oasis bloomed again. Willow played in the palms. Clack told stories, making even Rolo smile. Amra shared desert legends and warned of new magic stirring south. Fern healed slowly. Her scars glowed faintly, reminders of her journey. One night, walking dunes with her, the desert calm, stars bright, she said, "I was wrong about power, about pride. You showed me what matters." I nodded. "We all fight battles. What we fight for defines us." She smiled. "Winter matters. Friendship matters. You matter." The desert didn't belong to me, but it changed me. No matter where I roam, duty calls. When the time came, we headed north. I watched the sun set over the sands one last time before tundra cold welcomed me home. I don't think I'll ever like heat, but when duty calls, even a moose walks the desert. I'm Michael Moose. I don't quit when the sun rises too high. And maybe, just maybe, the desert's not done with me yet. The end. Well, I hope you enjoyed listening to this story. Please share your favorite part in the comment section below, and I hope to see you again soon.